Hello wonderful people of the internet, welcome back to the Inglenook project, and today, if you haven't read the title of the video, we're going to be doing track laying and ballasting, so this is going to be absolutely fun. But before we begin the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that helps me out a lot, and you can keep up to date with the videos I post and get straight back into it when I upload every 2 weeks. So with that little bit out of the way, let's get on with the video. So if you haven't watched any of my other videos, you might be wondering, how do we get to what it looks like now? Well, if you go back and watch those videos, which I highly suggest you doing before watching this one, you'll find out how we prepare the track to make it look like this. I don't know if you can see, I'll zoom in slightly there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's sort of slightly detailed on the track. Go through how to detail those and how to put this cork stuff down as well. So you may be wondering, how will we attach the track down? Should we use pins like this? These are some track pins that I bought, and I'm not going to use track pins. I think they are not good for this sort of stuff. They're really hard to hammer in as well. They're really hard to get it in there. So track pins, we're not having track pins. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some nice glue, and just some normal glue. This is from the works. So, and it's £3, not that much, quite a lot of glue I've got there. So basically we're going to use that glue to hold it down, and then we're going to get some ballast while the glue's drying to hold the track down. Put some ballast on. This is Gauge Master ballast. I've got 2 packets here if that one packet isn't enough. But obviously this is just like the base ballast. When I come to detail the ballast, I'll get some other ballast, some coloured ballast, and sort of do it so like where the trains have been, or where like if there's some coal cut wagons, then I'll put some more black ballast around there to make it look like it's more dirty and that. But first of all, let's take a for this track and make sure it's all good. Right, so got my glue ready to pour on, and I've got a spatula, but I'm using a piece of paper as my spatula because I couldn't find a proper spatula. Now I'm just going to run it along each of the tracks here, all the way to the end and back and round, and back down here. Now I'm not going to put glue by where the point mechanism is, because I don't know, I feel like that's going to be a bit dangerous. I don't want the point mechanism to be stuck with glue, and so just continue to do that all the way down here as well. And it don't matter if this dries, you can always put more on. But my board's quite small, so I'm going to just try and do it all in one go. Doesn't matter if you get it everywhere. Just make sure you spread it out nice and thin. You might have to put some more. Right, my recording went a bit weird there, and I've already spread it all out. So I just used it and spread it more out. So I've glued down the track using just glue, normal PVA glue, and I've made sure that all the points are lined up. So when it dries, I can still put something through the points. So I'm going to get my little tool. Got my little tool here. This just literally slits into the hole. If it goes through, just only go through. Okay, I've got a tiny pin. Well, yeah, they are lined up. Definitely lined up. So let's get our other bits in. All those are nicely lined up now. So now it's time for the ballast. I think we'll start up on this section here. So if I go and grab the ballast, wherever I put it. Where did I put it? I shouldn't. Right. It's got the ballast, nice bit of ballast here. Now I'm just gonna start to sprinkle it through the centre of the tracks. This is going brilliantly. And I'll just do this little section here first, and then come on to the points and that. So I'll show you what to do with this. So put it through the centre. Now I'm just going to get a little paintbrush. Say a little paintbrush. I mean quite a big paintbrush. Just brush them into the gaps. And then obviously if it's not to your liking, then you put some more ballast in. But don't put too much ballast in first, because you're probably not going to like that. And you'll probably end up having too much ballast in there, and then you'll be wanting to take it out, which is much more difficult. So then we also want to do the sides. So come along the sides like so. And it doesn't matter how neat it is. Should have really put some glue down the sides, but doesn't really matter. If you do put a bit too much down, put a little bit less somewhere else, and then just spread it out. So come with a little brush, brush it out. That's looking good. So I'm going to do the rest of this, and I'm going to come back to you once I've done. Okay, one thing you've got to make sure is when you come to ballast points, make sure you get your brush, you get right in there and brush everything away. So I don't know if you can see that there's like this little box. Let's zoom in slightly. Let's put it right in the centre frame so you can see it. Little box here, right on there. You can see that. Now when I flick that way, it should move without getting caught on anything. Nice and easy. But it doesn't at the moment, so just brush it up a bit. Make sure we move every little bit out of the way. And flick the points and just push it again. Make sure everything's off. Now, no grinding whatsoever. So that's what you need to make sure when you are ballasting as well. And another thing to go on top of that is, because now I'm ballasting in the yard, I don't have to be that neat, as it were, because it's not like a main line or a straight bit of track. It's all curved, it's all been there. So just having patches like this, where it comes out quite a bit on either side. Zoom out slightly so you can see a bit more. Like, it comes out quite a bit here compared to up here, and then this bit sort of loops around. Like, all this could be ballast if I really wanted it to be, but I think I might do a little loop just there to finish off. And same for the points up here, having it sort of come down to probably about here. That's all going to be ballast there. But obviously you want to do vegetation and all that. So that can always come later and cover up bits that you've gone wrong at. So I'm going to just continue doing this last little bit. So I'll catch you, or I'll see you when we've got all this ballasted but not glued down. You've got to remember that it's not going to be glued down yet. Very important. Okay, so I finished putting all the ballast down. Just using my finger to go over the last bits just to make sure it's all how I want it to be. It looks all good. So I'm now going to be using some Scenic cement from Woodland Scenics. This is very good stuff. It does bond together how you would expect it should. And to apply it, I'm going to be using some Nurofen things. Some, what do you call them? Yeah, those things. Just like, suck all the liquid up from this little pot I'm going to pour it in. And then push it down. But first of all, you want to get some soapy water and like this. I think I'm going to have to get some new soapy water, but just spraying it on should be fine actually. I'm just going to spray this on, just put it onto a nice mist one. I've got to figure out which one that is, so I'll catch you back. Okay, so I've got the right settings, so I'm just gonna literally spray from a height all over the board. It's basically just water with a bit of soap mixed in. Just spray that all over, get it all nice and wet, I guess. It's wet, but that's how it's meant to be. Now I'm going to get the Scenic cement. Put it into our little glass we've got here, because I can't reach the bottom anymore. So this is going to be the best way to do it. Then I'm just going to get the Nurofen thing. Pull it all the way up. Got a nice amount in. And literally you just want to come over to the bit of track and just splodge it in like so. Now if you watched the last episode, you would know that we painted these tracks. Now the good thing with the Woodland Scenics paint is that it doesn't actually, when I put this glue on and I spray water on it, doesn't affect the paint. So that's brilliant in my opinion, and that's what you want, really. I've got to give it a good soaking, or else it won't fully work. So it's got to look sort of like a cereal, I guess, all nice and moist. So I'm going to do all that, and that's really it, really. Okay, so now all of the tracks painted, from all the way from over there, that into focus, not painted, sorry, ballasted, to all the way on this side. Ta-da. Now we're going to let that dry and come back when it's dry, and I'll say goodbye to you then. So, see you in a mo. Right, now that's all dry, and if we have a look, it's all nice and solid, but there's still bits coming off, so it's not fully glued down just yet. You will need to do another coat, but now's the best opportunity to make sure that all your points work nice and easily. And also, I get a little pin like so, or a needle, no, a nail, and just on like let's zoom in here so you can see a bit easier. So just on the track, sometimes you get a bit of ballast laying on the track. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to get our nail. We're just going to want to scrape away the ballast that we don't want off the sleepers. Scrape it all away so you get so you can see the sleepers nice and easy. So this is a very time consuming task. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. Just getting every little gap. Try and clear it all up. So because this is quite a time consuming task, I'm going to get on with it and come back to you when I have completed it. Once you've scraped all those bits off, then you can, if you want to, add a bit more ballast if you're not happy with what's come out, and if it's all not stuck down as well. This is what you got to do now. Just repeat the same process again, making sure this time it's all nicely done. So just going over bits that you think we need redoing, like, well, I noticed there was a few holes in here, so just tap some of those, a little lump of ballast in there. Just put a bit more here, and just maybe curve this off a bit, like that. And then again with either your liquid paint or zinc cement as we got here. So that's just PVA and water if you're not a bit confused. Repeat the same process, going over all the bits of ballast you just put on, and also bits of ballast that you put on last time that are loose. Go over, do it all again, and then it should be ready. So I've glued it all again. Now we're going to let it dry, and if there's any imperfections like last time, do it again. Or you could say fix it in post, quotation marks. That means you don't have to get it completely done now, but when you come to like finishing it, and the gaps that you have, you can put grass in there, start some static grass, hide up the ugly bits. So you're gonna put more ballast down, do this again and again and again, but then that'll be just finishing off your layout. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's given you some useful tips, or has given you some enjoyment at least. Now that's all this video is going to be. If you want to tune next time, I have no idea what we're going to be doing, so that'll be something interesting to come and find out. So I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and if you have any questions about this or about my channel, or about anything, I will try and respond to you as soon as possible. So if you don't understand what you're doing on this, and you got a bit confused and you want some help, I'll leave a comment and I'll gladly come and help you. So thank you all very much for watching. Ciao for now. Bye bye.